It is Sunday the 22nd of April 2018. It happens to be Earth Day, but it's also a Sunday in the middle of Child Abuse Prevention Month. And so my emphasis in my April protests against clergy abuse, against Unitarian clergy abuse in particular, are emphasizing child abuse. And of course, child abuse, all forms of child abuse committed by Unitarian Universalists, it's not limited to clergy, obviously. I mean, yes, a certain number of Unitarian Universalist ministers are in fact guilty of various kinds of abuse of children, including what the Unitarian Universalist Association's Canadian attorney describes as such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, which the Unitarian Universalist Association has tried to keep hidden from the public in various ways, but including by falsely accusing me of violating Canada's blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to intimidate me into removing blog posts that tell the truth about such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers and Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers and indeed ordinary Unitarian Universalist lay people like Reverend Dr. Victoria Weinstein's first parish Norwell parishioner, Richard Buell, who was charged, tried, and convicted of the forcible rape of preteen girls who were somewhere between 6 and 12 years old at the time that the rapes took place, which justified me referring to him as a pedophile rapist. Yes, you know, the Unitarian Universalist Association thought it'd be a really, really good idea to have me served with a cease and desist demand letter accusing me of the crime of blasphemous libel for blogging about Richard Buell and Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell, and of course also trying to intimidate me into not making any other new blog posts about other Unitarian pedophiles and rapists, because you can be sure there are others. So, you know, the whole point of a cease and desist demand letter is not only to you know, try and intimidate a person into taking down material, retracting statements and so on and so forth, but it's also, you know, that cease and desist means stop. It means don't make any more such blog posts and so on. So it's really a gag order. It's really an attempt to, you know, hide what's already been published and said, but also to ensure that nothing more is published and said. And I can assure you that there are other cases of Unitarian Universalist pedophilia specifically that I haven't even blogged about yet, and I'll get around to it. I've hinted at a few of them. I've actually blogged a little bit or tweeted a little bit about one or two of them, but they're out there, just keeping a few things in reserve, you know, for when you know, the next time Unitarians do something stupid, you know, I'll just throw some more of their own crap right back at them. So anyhow, we shall continue to circulate here. Had a little bit of trouble with the camera shutting off unexpectedly, and then the battery ran out on me somewhat quicker than expected, but we seem to be back in business with a fresh battery. And I'm not quite sure what time it is, but I'm assuming it's you know, probably heading towards 11 o'clock here. Let's see. Yeah, 10:48. So we will protest for at least another 10 minutes or so. I usually protest until 11. Sometimes longer, sometimes not. But I think today, okay, so we got someone looking at the chalk slogans there. So let's put the signs back up. The wind is blowing them a bit. So